What up, YouTube? Coming to you live from Tokenry, Florida with just wanted to show you what I use as a nutrient lineup. I know this is a Fox Farm and people might be going but I actually can do pretty good things with Fox Farms. Just wanted to show you what we got. So this is their, like, I don't know, I guess they consider this their base nutrient. It doesn't really have anything in it. As you can see, 0.01, 0.3, 0.7. This is just bat guano and worm castings liquefied, essentially. So I use that at, let's see, per gallon, 4 teaspoons per gallon. It's pretty heavy on that one because there's not much to it. It's just really a fortifier as far as I'm concerned. That's the one product that they have in their lineup that is organic. Not that it really matters because everything else is not. So then here we have, this is their veg nute. This is their grow big. It's 644. That also, honestly, you need to use that in flour a little bit too. This does not have enough. I'll tell you right now, this right here, this lineup does not have enough in it to get you through with what we do. I'll just be completely honest with you. But it is decent for a base nutrient lineup, and if you know, if you're kind of low on funds, this would be a good option for you, just because it's pretty cheap. Also, Botanicare is cheap as well, and Botanicare works really well too. So, and they have a little bit more as far as additives and things. Fox Farms does have additives. They have like microbe brew and kangaroots. But I just don't think those products are worth it. Just because these, I will switch out of this once these are gone, by the way. But for now, I'll show you what I do. I mean, I do good things with it, but it takes a little extra. And then this is Tiger Bloom. This is their Bloom Nute for flowering, 284. These are added solubles, and you would add these. I add them because you only feed for 6 weeks. Essentially, when you do what we do. So for the first 2 weeks they get open sesame. Actually, for the first 3 weeks, I'm sorry, I do add this the last week in veg before they flip into flower. I do go ahead and give them flowering nutes to go to get the process started before they hit the 12-12 cycle. So just so they have everything already taken up into the plants and ready to go when they go into the cycle. So this is for week 1 and 2, and then that last week in veg, so you use this for 3 weeks, and then you go to the Beastie Blooms and you use this for weeks 3 and 4. And then this is what really builds those bud nucleuses. For the first couple weeks, that's when your bud sites start to appear. But when the bud nucleuses really need to begin building, this is what kicks those into gear. These are actually really good solubles, I'll be honest. And then Cha-Ching is for the last 2 weeks. This is a resin producer. It says right there for essential oils. But this is what really kind of kickstarts you know, your resin heads really swelling up and becoming mature. So that's what that's for. So that is just the base. Those are my base nutrients. So I would use this. I use this all the way through just because I always need a little bit of extra nitrogen, but I use it at like a quarter strength. So I just so it has a little bit of nitrogen to add in with this, and then everything else in here really contains nitrogen. But just for me, that's what I need to do, is I need to add a little bit of nitrogen in, otherwise I get early fade. Alright, so besides that, I also have, everything else I use is organic except one thing, but I do have a lot of additives. So I use, this is the lineup I will be going to, is Humboldt. I use their Prozyme. I use it all the way through flowering. I know you're probably not supposed to, but I use it at very light dosages. I use it at a third strength all through flowering until I hit the flush. Then I will use it at full strength. But I do want it, because I use smaller pots, I do want the dead root matter breaking down the entire time throughout my grow. So I do use it a little bit. And then we have the one thing that Fox Farms does not contain, and I will tell you straight up right now, is you will not get through because there's not enough CalMag in these products. You will have CalMag deficient plants if you choose to use just the Fox Farm lineup. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience. I'm not ripping on Fox Farms. I do good things with their base nutes, but you know. But I also use Equilibrium, which is the CalMag from Humboldt. Again, this is a organic product. They have C-Cal, C-Mag. They've taken those two products and combined them in equilibrium. This thing is really gooey, nasty, globby stuff, and it smells like fish ass, but it works really good. And then as well with that, I use organic B1. This is Thrive Alive. They don't really have to me, a sufficient B1 product in the Humboldt lineup, and this is organic, and it really lasts a long time. I use this. Oh, I'm sorry, I should be telling you guys. I use this at. I use this about 3 milliliters. Well, sorry, about 6 mils per gallon, I guess. No, it wouldn't even be that. I'm sorry. I use it at 4 mils per gallon, so it's a light dosage. It's 5 to 10 per gallon, but I use it just light. This I use at about 9 milliliters per gallon, which seems heavy, but my plants need it. Everything will be different for everyone, so this is just what I do. I'm not saying this is the right way. It's just you kind of learn your strains and you kind of learn what works for you in your environment, what they need, and my plants need a lot of CalMag. I mean, a lot. They don't really need them in veg. A little bit. You can use a little bit of CalMag in veg. Doesn't hurt. Greens up the leaves and everything. You don't want to use it when the plants are too small. It will burn them. But yeah, you can use a little bit in veg. It probably wouldn't hurt to use a little bit in veg. B1 in veg is really good. It really keeps your plants nice and green and healthy. So, but I also use that in flower. And then I also use Bloombastic. Just because I had a bottle of it and it's like $90 a bottle and I'm not throwing the shit away. I'm down to about, I don't know, I might have one more grow in this bottle. This is about 3/4 of a teaspoon, about a teaspoon per gallon, I guess I would say. Because I do everything in half gallons. I know it sounds stupid, but that's what I feed my plants is half gallons. So to me, I break everything down per half gallon. I know that's not the right way to do it, but that's how it works in my brain. Also, I use White Widow. This is your mycorrhizae. This is a great product for transplants. You want to put this in under your root zone so the roots have direct contact when you're transplanting. But this is also good to add to watering. It is water soluble. So I do water this in kind of heavy at first in flower, like the recommended dosage throughout the first few weeks, and then I will trickle it down a little bit throughout weeks 3 and 4, and then right before I go into flush into the last week, I will kick it back up to the full dose just so the root zone is completely ready to take up all that fresh water. So we use that, and along with that, I use the Myco Madness, which is mycorrhizae Bacillus trichoderma. This also has 9.5% humic acid, so this is great for veg plants, and it's from Leonardite. So these are these are organic products. As far as like all my additives, I like try to keep those as organic as possible. So this is for feeding your root zone. This is for feeding your root zone, and I do water those in every time in flower. And then I also use blackstrap molasses with this product. Throughout flower and early flower, I use it lightly, about, I would say maybe a teaspoon per half gallon, so 2 teaspoons per gallon maybe, just to feed the root zone. End of week 5, about day 35, I will kick this up as a sweetener. So I will not only just be thinking about feeding these products, these bacteria with the sugar, I am actually at that point thinking about sweetening my plant, so I do kick it up a little bit. But I don't use a heavy dose of this every time. It's pointless. The plants don't take it up. It gunks up your root zone, and you want to keep it pretty light on the molasses, but definitely use it. It's a great product. And then finally, I use Structural Integrity, which is this is a potassium silicate. This product is awesome. I would not grow without some kind of silicate product at this point, you guys. If you want resin on your plants, this shit's going to provide it. This just makes all your stalks,
your cell walls, everything completely sound. It makes them very strong and sturdy and ready to take up nutrients. And also, as a bonus, this is a natural pH up. So if you need to pH up your water like I do, when I put all my products into my water, it comes out at 6.3, and I need to pH it up a little bit. I like to water about 6.7, 6.8. That just works for my plants and in my environment with my well or my city water. So this product is unbelievable. So I add this in heavy because then it actually kicks up your pH. So and that's another thing to be aware of, is that this will affect your pH. This product will affect your pH. This one brings it up, and if you really want to know about it, this product will drop it, but you don't really want to use this as a pH down. There are other alternatives to that, but this product will lower your pH big time. So if you did need to bump it down, I use pH down, though. I do not use this product to lower my pH. I just use this at the recommended dosage. So there you guys go. Just wanted to give you a quick update or tutorial here about what I use. Again, you will not get through with what we do with Fox Farms product without at least adding CalMag. You can take out everything else if you really wanted to. I wouldn't. I'd go ahead and spend the money on this extra little bit of stuff. It's worth your while, but do not go without CalMag. Not necessarily this product. You can use whatever you want, but make sure you have CalMag. It's very important, especially when you're pushing the Fox Farm products. And again, Fox Farm is fine. That doesn't make my product taste weird or anything. It seems to flush out just fine. And yeah, there you guys go. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. Live from Tokenry, Florida, and I'm out.